back on the program Viewpoint for today. Last week we started a conversation with Comrade Oluwabiala. We are going to continue with it today. I want to assure you that you are going to enjoy every bit of it. So stay tuned and let's go together. When is a strike no longer about workers? Because you know there are strikes focusing on the workers, and there are some, you know, organized just for political reasons.
In the year 2000, the Court of Appeal in NSC or Oshiomhole versus federal government.
Okay.
The Justice of the Court of Appeal, Kumasi, castigated Oshiomhole for what you are about describing as a political strike. Oshiomhole wanted to lead workers on strike to battle Obasanjo on the hike in the price of petroleum.
Yeah.
And the federal government took Oshiomhole and NSC to court. At the court of first instance, Oshiomhole lost. Oshiomhole went to the appeal court. And let me quote the word of Kumasi, that we sympathize with you, Oshiomhole. You have the inbuilt emotion and tendency to fight for the workers' right. But unfortunately, this matter you are fighting for is not about workers. It's about the Nigerian society. If there's any matter that bothers on infringing on the right of the populace, that belongs to the Attorney General of the Federation, not you.
Okay.
And therefore, Oshiomhole was restricted from embarking on such strike. Strike that will be regarded as political, as strike that are not directly related to workers' interests. And what are the workers' interests? Security of their job, regular payment of their salaries, their welfare, which include promotion and other welfare package, their pension, of course, and generally giving them their due reward at the time the policy say they are due for it. These are direct workers' rights. And this is what the Trade Union Act describes as strike as of right. Strike as of right. The other one he described as strike as of privilege. So to say, are the one you describe as strike that are not directly relating to workers' rights. And that Trade Union Act said that if you have to go on that kind of a strike, you won't be entitled to your salary during that strike. And what you lost in terms of salary will also not be used to compute your pension. So that is what I would regard as the legal definition of strike as of right and strike as of political interest. When you are fighting for fuel subsidy, it is not direct. It affected workers directly, but it is not the workers alone that affected. It affected the entire populace. And the labor theories will insist that if you have to fight for hike in fuel, hike in petroleum, hike in electricity, there's nothing you can do about that. But you can go back to the employer and say that the salary you are paying us can no longer cope with what the economic situation as of the time you give us that award demand. Inflation has gone up due to hike in fuel. Increase our salaries. Let there be a review of minimum wage. When government resists minimum wage, then the right to strike becomes yours. And therefore you can embark on workers as of right, which invariably was derived from what is described as workers that are derived from a strike of interest.
Okay. Now you mentioned minimum wage. Now let's really talk about the minimum wage versus living wage. Nigeria keeps debating figures. Recently, we were talking about reviewing it upwards to 1 million. Now, as a lawyer, what's the legal case for a 1 million naira minimum wage increment?
The legal aspect of it, at the point at which the labor leaders and government are able to agree.
Okay.
That's the legal equilibrium of the minimum wage. But the concept of living wage is an ILO policy. Whatever you pay to workers, it must not be stagnated. It must be attached to the situation of the economy. Consumption, inflation, job scarcity, and so on and so forth. So that as inflation attend the economy, workers' salaries are reviewed. And therefore, they don't suffer diminution in their standard of living and the condition of the workforce. That is the concept of the living wage. Add everything together from the performance of the national economy. Workers must be taken up to meet the challenges of the rise in the economy or even the downturn in the economy. That is the living wage. It is not something that can be described in naira and kobo in specific numerical terms. It has to be tailored to the performance of the national economy.
Now looking at it, can it be, is it even realistic?
Living wage is realistic if we are sincere. We have the Bureau of Statistics now. It gives us the rate of inflation, possibly on a monthly basis. What stopped Nigerian government from reviewing salaries, from worker salary, along with the statistical information released by the Bureau of Statistics? But we don't have government that are sincere. Unfortunately, government look at labor leaders as social labor that are merely being tolerated and not accepted. Otherwise, when government invites laborers to negotiate table, they should put their cards face open. They should invite agencies and organizations like the Bureau of Statistics to give them what is the performance of the economy. They should invite the National Ministry of Budget and Planning. They should invite National Salaries and Wages Review Commission to determine the current wage that can guarantee decent work, decent living for an average worker.
Now, so let's look at subsidy removal, electricity, tariff hikes, fuel queues here and there with the increment in fuel price. Now, is organized labor still the voice of the masses?
If organized labor is not the voice of the masses, then the masses must have lost its voice absolutely. Because the only organization that speaks for the masses today is the organized labor. Is the organized labor. But like I reiterated a short while ago, the organized labor has its handicap. Its handicap is fighting and declaring world monetary agencies, including World Bank, IMF, and the rest, commended government of Nigeria for removing fuel subsidy. But even all those agencies came out with one hard fact, that the removal of oil subsidy has not impacted on the life of an average Nigerian. And these agencies are saying government should go back to the drawing board. That while withdrawing oil subsidy, what can they do with the income from fuel subsidy that can ameliorate the hard impact of fuel subsidy in the life of an average Nigerian? Why has NNPC failed to perform? Couldn't government look into the NNPC and overhaul the organization in terms of technological and its human resources. And of course, government should not be convinced beyond reasonable doubt that the problem is not in the NNPC, but in the managers. Otherwise, why has Dangote been able to float an oil refining institution?
It's not a government
and it has
organization.
become the only source of relief of refined oil that we are getting. Mm-hmm. And I also suggested somewhere, and let me repeat it here, we remove subsidy from exploiters of our national economy.
Yeah.
Dangote and Dangote refinery cannot be described as a faceless importer. Incidentally, it's located within our soil.
Yeah.
His human beings are within our soil. The man on top, the guy at the top, is also in Nigeria. What stopped the Nigerian government from inviting Dangote? You want to sell a liter of petrol for 1,300. How many barrels of oil are you pushing out every day? Okay, take the 300 naira out of it. Or at best, take 500 naira out of it. We pay Dangote, isn't it? For me, I think that will scale down and percolate to enhance the welfare of the workers, of the populace. So it's like withdrawing it from exploiters. It's of interest, it's of impact on Nigerians. And of course, it will also enhance its industrial output and growth.
Exactly.
So if government is withdrawing subsidy, they have opportunity of reinvesting that oil subsidy in the welfare of Nigerians. Even through oil institutions like Dangote itself. So it is unfortunate that the government is talking about foreign reserve.
Okay.
About foreign reserve. How does foreign reserve affect the living standard of an average Nigerian? That's a good omen, a good news for importers and exporters. Not necessarily a good news for the oil power, the downtrodden. Until the downtrodden begins to feel the impact of fuel subsidy to hell with oil reserve, with foreign reserve. Government should come back home and think in terms of the welfare of the people. The value of money is not the quantum of money in the bank. The value of money is what the money does to make you happy, to achieve your welfare, to enhance your pupils, your children's education. Not the quantum of the money you have in the bank. So the money in our foreign reserve is not of value to the common man.
It's not.
It's not of value to the common man. Let government come back home, think about the welfare of Nigerians. Today they are talking about some individuals hoarding gas. If gas are brought in larger quantity, if there are government outlets where the common man can buy this gas at the control price, the hoarders would have hoarded in vain and to their detriment. Of course, again, where is the price control agency of old? It's dead. It's dead.
Okay, sir. Before we leave this area, I want us to look at the NSAS protests. I know you defended the protesters during the NSAS process. So, as a lawyer, was that protest? Can we say that the protest was won or betrayed?
Let us start from the fact that the people have a right to protest against misgovernance, against misrule. NSAS about protest against misrule. against the brutality of those who are appointed to protect us. They have a legitimate right to also protest. So for anybody to describe that protest as illegal is being illegal illiterate. Coming to evaluate the end of NSAS, I would say NSAS succeeded.
Okay.
To the extent that the federal government changed the outfit. The protesters were all against this this section of the police. What do we call their name?
SARS.
Government changed their modus operandi. That is to say that the NSAS had won.
Okay.
Government also did a lot to say that yes, anybody who has been adversely affected by the outcome of the NSAS enjoy a hearing from a kind of ombudsman which the federal government set up to look into those whose rights were deprived during NSAS. And a good number of them were compensated.
Okay.
For me, to the extent that government considered to the NSAS in terms of changing what the NSAS people has protested against, in terms of rewarding those who have been adversely affected by government brutalities during that period. Their case should be looked into, and they should be so compensated. Ubi Jews, Ubi remedios. Where that's a right, that's a remedy. There should be a remedy. Government attempted to remedy the those who are wrong in the NSAS product. But we must not fail to come to term that yes, the NSAS were betrayed. Betrayed by the government, betrayed by agencies of government. Of course, we also must look at the betrayal within NSAS itself. Because some elements within the NSAS abandoned the original NSAS course. They started looting shops, industries, establishments. So there were betrayers without and within. The unfortunate thing about NSAS is that they lack leadership. They lack direction. A lot of them saw themselves as leaders. They saw themselves as directing. They have gone back to the state of nature, where life is said to be brutish, nasty and short. Everybody is speaking. Everybody is acting. Everybody is directing. No single person is regarded as a leader. Not even Wole Soyinka. Opinion they say is free. As an activist, the rule of law says that one, you cannot be a judge in your own case. The rule of law says that listen to the other side.
Okay.
Don't listen to one side and decide on who is right and who is wrong. To that extent, I don't see anything political in the nature of human rights activists. But those who stand to suffer their integrity, their political integrity, under the tongue of activists, are those who come out with a parochial view that human rights activists are politicians in another gap. I don't see them that way. I don't see them that way. Has Wole Soyinka ever attempted to join any political class?
No.
Has ever declared for any political party? Has Falana endorsed? No. These are time-tested human rights activists, and we have great number of them. Except for a person like Sowore who has flown a political party. And maybe who also flew a political party. But you can also understand that the political platform they formed was meant to fight established politicians. To fight established politicians. To correct the established politicians. To correct the noble riches who are using their resources to oppress the common man.
What's the most unjust law you've had to defend or challenge in court since becoming a lawyer? Is there anyone that you want to share with us?
Of somebody, a man was charged for child abuse.
Okay.
The prosecutor at the first instance laid the ground for child abuse sufficiently, fundamentally. But come the next adjournment, he changed the court, the child abuse to something milder. To something milder. I felt piqued that justice and injustice reside in the prosecution. Who sees what is right and manipulate the right of the common man for political advantage. This is one area of. Then look at this issue of Tony Ajayi, the executive officer of, I think they call it Foundation Hospital, whose two wives were almost tearing themselves apart. And where you now derive at, I think they say, cohabitation is no marriage. Separation is no divorce. Separation is no divorce. Yes, there was a separation between Ajayi and his first wife that threw them apart. But they never legally divorced.
Yeah.